Hello and welcome to more Marvel Character Talk. We're going to look at a very key issue, Hulk number 180, the first appearance in cameo, or in general if you want to say, of the Wolverine. We'll take a look at that and a little bit in the video. We're going to take a look at this one. Very cool Bronze Age book. 25 center. I always like the Wendigo. Take a look here. October of 74. This was before anything was a comic direct, so they were only just sold on newsstands. There's the Hulk trademark logo. Let's see what he's saying. He attacks again, but this time monster will die. No, he's my brother. And the wind howled Wendigo. Let's look at the copy of itself. Not too bad. I don't know what it would grade. If you're out there and you could tell just from the looking at it, and then we'll get to an interior condition issue in a moment. Ad, a lot of wear. Luckily that's on the back more from when they were stored. Years ago, kids, they weren't putting comic bags right away and backing boards. Let's take an opening look at it here. Incredible Hulk. 1974, number 180. You can see the credits there. The wind howls Wendigo. We're going to take a look through here. I'm not going to spend too much time on each panels. I always like that. Oh, look at that big Jim ad. So I think it's kind of fun because you always see and hear about these and you just see a cover image. And if you haven't gotten the comic yet, this is a nice way to take a look to see what they're all about then. There he is. This was back in the time when Hulk had very limited intelligence and usually was always bothered by someone. Not his fault. There we are. There's General Ross, Talbot and Betty. Armbruster. There's a Marvel ad. These were cool. You can find those once in a while still on the sheet or used. They're very collectible. And some of them were really big. Lots of coupons and things kids could have cut out. Back then they were still already having ads for items, old comics for sale. Very cool. Not that long ago, I got the first issue of that had the Wendigo. I always like him. There's a later issue where the Hulk's there, Sasquatch, and then Wendigo on a cover from the 80s. Really nice. And then he makes a really good Marvel Legends figure. And here we're going to see what's all the talk about. First, we'll look at the covers. Tomb of Dracula. Hang up. The monsters. And this is it. Look, it's cut out, folks. And look what they said. They told kids right there. This is it, your Marvel value stamp for this. You clip them and collect them. And that's what we did. When Stan tells you to do something, you do it. So you saved them. Look at that. Clipped out. So it's going to get that qualified missing. Otherwise, if it was there, oh well. But they told you to do it. So you were only following orders. At least on this, a lot of them, they were on the a letters page that had an ad backing, so it didn't take out a chunk of the story. So that's important. A little bit of mysticism going on here. Oh, look at him. He'd get a lot bigger and fiercer looking as people like John Byrne and stuff would draw him in the 80s. That's that cool X-Men 139 and 140 where they're facing him. Oh, look at that, a nice full pager. Wham! Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali, eat your hearts out. Joltin' Joe. Stan Lee soap box. Telling you about the calendar that was going to come out. They started in 1975. They're collectible. If you haven't seen those, they were cool. That started the first Marvel calendars. Full color, sold in bookstores. That was their club at the time. And in Voom, if you look at that, that's collectible too on eBay. The first look at the all-new, all different X-Men was in that, so it's a little bit collectible. Look at that. He's got a little bit of a hairstyling going on there. Scroom. Hulk is the strongest one there is. I think back in this time he said that every issue. So a good battle royal. Head on. Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, boy. Oh, we got to get the reveal. Bam. Fight. And then they're looking. All right, you freaks. Just hold up, huh? There he is. He's got a few lines here. If you really want to tangle with someone, why not try your luck against the Wolverine? He says his own name. And look at that right there. Well, now you know who Weapon X is, faithful one. He's a living, raging powerhouse who's bound to knock you back on your emerald posterior. Be here next time, Marvelites, since the Wolverine strikes but once, but in his case, once is plenty. So at the next one, they wrap up the Wendigo story, and then it goes into the Wolverine. Always liked his very first look, where it's more like a cat-like, with the whiskers and the smaller thing. The other one's cool too, but this one was the first one, so it was always my favorite. I believe they made this as an action figure, this style. And then, of course, he had the yellow and blue for a long time, and then changed over to more the tannish brown look. Look at how cool his thing. Well, Hugh Jackman didn't want to wear that. We'll see if we get Wolverine Weapon X in the MCU. And what they do, at least they could get some yellow and blue, work it out, something. So there's the famous panel that makes this one so expensive and so collectible. Let's take another look at the cover. Hulk 180, no mention of him, but he'll be on the next one. I have that issue too, and I'll do that one in the future. Very cool look into a Bronze Age classic, a grail, a key. What they all say. Very fun. Part of the fun is reading them, collecting them. And don't you clip out those Marvel Value stamps today, folks. It was done way back then. This is 74. This is 21. So what is that? Getting on 47 years ago. Pretty good for that comic. All right, anybody made it to the end here? Thanks for liking and subscribing, and we'll see you with more Marvel character talk. Thank you.